Okay? You name it, he's been there. He is all. He is omnipresent. He is here for all time, for all people, forever. Yeah, it's amazing what we don't know about our solar system. First off, Jupiter, most of the stars in our solar system are called binary stars. Okay, there's 2 stars. What's our other star? Jupiter. It never lit. It's a swirling ball of gas. Okay, and when it relights, guess what comes in the new Earth? Pluto. It's a ball of ice. But we don't want to talk about that because, quite frankly, it's none of our business. That's all taken care of. There's no need for it. We don't even know the size of Pluto. We think we do. We don't. NASA will tell you they don't know for sure how big Pluto is. And of course, when ice thaws, it expands. So we have no idea how big. And of course, ice is all fresh water. It's not salt water. Heat. His love and His wishes are so great for us. And like I said, it's as simple as our witness. You know, if you see someone standing on a corner, don't run by and say, "The Lord bless you." Stop and get them a sandwich. That's what they need. There was recently a story in L.A. where a guy stopped and gave a guy money to get lunch. The guy was sitting on the curb. He was homeless. The guy said, "Wait right here." The guy comes back and he had lunch for both of them. Now the guy gave him enough money for lunch for a week. He came back and he had lunch for both of them, and he said, "You know, it's more important that I have someone to talk to than it is eat." And then he's starting to witness to this guy. He's telling him, "You know, the reason you're here is because Jesus loves you." The guy goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "That's why you're here." He goes, "I would have eaten sometime today. I don't know when or I don't know what, but I would have eaten." He goes, "It happens every day." He goes, "But at least 15, 16 times a month, I come upon someone like you." So it's his job to spread the gospel. How? Through trust. And you got to sit on a corner in hot weather, and you're dependent on someone to bring you a sandwich. That's trust. Okay? That's trust. I wish I had that kind of trust. Especially the way I like to eat. We stopped on the way up here and I had a Big Mac. But I got to believe the Lord would love Big Macs. I don't know too many people that don't. They got a new one now called the Grand Mac. I don't know if they still have it. It was huge. I had one. That's all you could eat. Anyhow. I can't speak enough about our witness. I just can't do it. It's all we have, is our witness. Everybody you know, especially when you tell them you're a Christian, you watch them. They're going to watch you like a hawk. Everything you say, everything you do. Why? Because you've already witnessed them. Because that grace and that glory has already fallen upon them, and they want to make sure that that's real. Is this real? As soon as you do something that's ungracious, then they say, I knew it. No matter how nice you are to them. No matter how nice you are to them. They'll all say the same thing. Why? Because the enemy hates believers. I can be the first to tell you, if you're going to stand for Jesus, expect to take some pain. And don't complain about it. Because by His stripes we're healed, not by our medicine. Okay? My knees are gone. I go to therapy 3 times a week just to be able to walk. But you know what? I told my therapist, who said her and her husband are searching. I said, "Honey, the only reason I'm here is because of Jesus." I said, "That's the only reason I'm here. Otherwise, forget it. I wouldn't be here." My I don't know how else to explain it with that. And people see it. When you say that, people keep watching you. They say, is this the real thing? Because they're going to slip up. If this isn't real, they're going to slip up. And just when I want to slip up, he stops me. Like I said, I have nothing against President Obama. All I know is what his name means. That means he was just a sign. A sign has nothing to do with what is going to happen. If that's the case, Noah was in big trouble. But he wasn't. I mean, do you understand that when the earth flooded at that time, the water came up from underneath the ground? Not just down. And that's why we have salt water day, because when it fell through space, it picked up all the minerals and salt. That's why the earth is all salt water today. But I tell you, the day is coming back when it's going to be all fresh water again. It's returning. Because water is life. And we need water for life. We don't live in an oil economy. We live in a water economy. You don't have water, you don't live. It's that simple. You die. You dehydrate and you die. That's why the Egyptians had mummies. Okay? Because they dried up and they threw them in, in a pyramid wherever they threw them, and that was the end of it. We just can't get it through our head how eternal he is. That all of life sprang forth from him. I mean, you can imagine. People don't realize that when he was born, there were so many prophecies fulfilled it wasn't even funny. First was, he was at the end of the valley. The other end of that valley is where the first temple was made by Jacob, who slept on a rock. That rock was the first temple. Okay? Then we come to the time of Jesus, and he is born in a manger. Well, a manger is not like what you see in Hallmark. It's not this. I mean, I know we like to think it's this nice little basket and things, but no. It is a trough cut in the rock. Okay? So he came in the same way, he went out the same way he came in, on a slab of rock. The three elements, frankincense, myrrh, and gold, represent Elijah, because he was born and didn't die. Frankincense. Myrrh represents Moses, because Moses died, but his bones didn't remain on earth. How do we know that? The book of Jude says not even the bones, not even Satan, or not even the archangel Michael did not issue judgment towards Satan, but just issued a rebuke when fighting for the bones of Moses. Now, why did they want the bones of Moses? I have no idea why. But obviously they were pretty important, because the Lord took them. And there's so many mysteries there that we don't know, we don't understand. But the big deal is, do we believe? Do we believe his report? And his report is righteous. There's not a false word in it, not one false word. He brought that so that we would all be blessed and be with him. He wants his children with him. What parent doesn't want their kids with him? I lost my mother a year ago. Wonderful woman. She grew up Nazarene in a Jewish family. Okay? My grandmother went to the Nazarene church. I remember going there as a kid. And my grandfather allowed her because he trusted her so much. They were both Jewish. My family was all messed up anyhow. They went to the Catholic Church. They figured that was safe. They wanted to be able to give their money somewhere So they were like, hey, the Catholics, at least you get something back. They got fancy churches. Of course, it doesn't help on the way in when your brothers try to drink out of the thing where they dip their hands in the water. My brother's over there going like this. My dad's like, you don't drink that water. But, you know, what's a 7-year-old kid know? It is an amazing existence that through all that goofy stuff, I still saw who he was. Why? Because of his love. It's not because of anything I did right. Lord knows. I've made more mistakes than I didn't even want to count. I mean, I was an engineer for 30 years. An electrical engineer. I have a number of patents. They don't mean a thing. That's just what they are. They're now plaques on the wall that the technology sold, it just doesn't even matter anymore. And it's going to keep going like that. I mean, you hold in your hand what we used to consider a supercomputer in 1982. That's what a cell phone is today. And you can look up anything you want from that phone. I'll give you a good example. We're going to Pakistan tonight. Is that right? We'll be in Israel. Guarantee it. They'll relay that signal to Israel tonight. So we're in Israel right now. Guarantee it. Jerusalem, Arad, a number of places. I have family there. And it's amazing because you have to understand how impossible certain things are. I am the 49th generation falling from Aaron. That means that I am 49 generations removed from Aaron. That's it. That's all. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. Okay? Because the generation is about 70 years. So you're talking thousands of years. And I had a guy walk up to me at the Cleveland Clinic once because the company I worked for was in Cleveland. And he says, look, walks up. Now, he doesn't know me from Adam. I don't have a coupon. He says, Rabbi, can I have your blood? I said, what are you talking about? He goes, don't try to fool me. He goes, you're coming in. I said, how do you know that? And he goes, by the structure of your face. So they did a test on my blood. And I have a marker on my Y chromosome, which denotes that I am descendant, the 49th generation descendant from Aaron. What are the chances of that? What are the chances of that? Wow. I didn't even know how to act for 2 days. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to act. I thought, what am I supposed to do? Why'd you show me this? Well, he showed me so that I share his love. It wasn't that tough. Did it take time to soak in? You better believe it. Because, man, I didn't know what was going on. I figured, this is it. He's coming back, and I'm just a sign. Well, he might be coming back, but it wasn't for right then. It's for when he's ready. And we never know when he's ready. All we can do is pray and wait on him and witness. Witness seems so hard for some people because it truly means that you truly love your fellow man with no conditions. That is not always an easy thing to do. Okay, I'm talking about loving all the members of ISIS. And I've gone through that. I had a friend, they owned the Westchester Diner in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and he was Muslim. You know, to this day, I have a standing invitation for Iftar, which is the last day of their big month. I have a standing invitation to go there and eat with him and his family. And he said, I said, why? And he goes, because you know the Messiah. We want to know about him. We want to hear about him. And I said, you know about him by the way what you're doing. You're showing love. That's how you know about him. I said, there's nothing to learn about him. He is who he is. He shows love and that's it. And either we accept it or we don't. I just can't say enough about being a witness. Like I said, we're in the year 5777, and that means the weapon that has been cut off 3 times. That will cut off 3 times. First time was Noah. Second time was Yeshua when he came back, or Jesus when he came back. And guess when the third time is? When he returns again. And we are not far off. We are not far off. The world, we are seeing the birth pangs. What are the birth pangs? Floods. I mean, most people don't realize this. Go home and look up on your computer the word HAARP. H-A-A-R-P. That is a 1 acre square in Alaska and in Florida that are nothing but radio wave anodes, or what the thing that sends off the radio waves. And they're sure that when the Deepwell Horizon was breached was because HAARP bounced a signal off the ionosphere, and when it comes back 7 times stronger than it sent it up. And that's what made the Deepwell Horizon rupture. Because the only reason they said it ruptured was because cement hadn't cured. Well, man, it must be some kind of cement, okay? It must become some kind of cement to hold all that oil back. And man just can't leave it alone, okay? All this stuff about us going to the moon, show me. Please show me. Show me that garbage on the moon. You ever notice that there's no pictures of what's up there now?
Right.
Because there's nothing there. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. NASA is the best money grubbers we've ever had in the history of this country. They steal, and they steal, and they steal. And they do nothing for us. To this day, with that lab up there. Okay, whatever they've got up there. It's a waste of time. It's all a waste of time. Yeah, exactly. You know, you can get on the web and see the astronauts up. Yeah, you can also see astronauts in a studio in Hollywood somewhere.
That's right.
Okay? They're not proving anything to me.
That's right.
Supposedly, when Neil Armstrong went to the moon, when he came back, he lost his mind. Why? Well, the moon's gravity is so strong that it causes the tides on the Earth to change. Well, if its gravity is that strong, can you imagine, and we're 98% water, what it did to a human being when he went up there? He didn't even land, supposedly. He just got close. If he'd have landed, they think he might have exploded. They don't know what would have happened. And on the far side of the moon, they're not showing, is 2 giant structures. Okay? A radar dish and a big tower. A tower is bigger than any structure on Earth. They don't even know how it was formed. And it couldn't have been formed naturally. Because this thing is straight rolls, it's formed perfectly. They don't tell you any of this stuff. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. Why? Because it undermines everything that they are teaching. And, well, let's face it, that if you don't believe you aren't cursed from teaching that, talk to me about the Kennedys. Why did John Kennedy die right after he started NASA? Why did Bobby Kennedy die? My dad was Bobby Kennedy's bodyguard. Okay? My dad was a tough guy, man. He was Bobby Kennedy's bodyguard. And he'll be the first to tell you, the day that he got killed, nobody saw it. Sirhan be Sirhan. Didn't know, the guy was a nobody on the radar in Los Angeles. He was a hermit, okay? And he walked right up and shot Bobby Kennedy right in the head. Why? Because they messed around where they shouldn't have been messing around. They were messing with women. How are we going to witness if we're messing with someone else's wife? Or some girl that isn't your wife? Where's the witness there? Sorry. It's that simple. But we live in a time period today, you can't turn on the TV. Now, as a matter of fact, now they're giving Trump a hard time because he won't let transsexuals in the military. Well, guess what? If you don't know whether you're a man or a woman, how are you going to know when to pull a trigger?
Yeah, that's right. Amen.
How are you going to know when to pull the trigger? Because I've been there. I was in Vietnam. Okay? And let me tell you something. Whether you want to kill people or not, I was a pilot. You do what you have to do. Is it easy to live with? Absolutely not. I struggle with it every day. Joan will tell you. She's heard me talk about it. There's times I question whether I'll ever, that I wasn't judged for that. But if I believe in Yeshua, then I wasn't. It was a horrible place. But I'd go back in a heartbeat. Why? To go pray. There's a lot of men that stayed there that had great works that occurred. Great churches in the name of Jesus. And I use the name Jesus. The name Yeshua is very, very special, and I'll tell you why. Because it fulfills the prophecy, the seed of the woman. Yeshua did not have a father. Joseph filled in for that position, but she was a virgin when they were engaged, and she showed up with child. You have any idea what kind of heat he took for that? How they made fun of him? Imagine that today. And now we don't know whether a man's a man and a woman's a woman. Thank you, Bruce Jenner. You jerk.
Yeah, really.
Guy makes a ton of money being an American athlete. He's not an American athlete.
Right.
He's an abomination.
That's right.
I'm sorry. I know that's judgmental, but what is he teaching our children?
Yeah.
I want to be a girl.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Cut it off and throw him in the ocean,
Yeah. Amen.
as far as I'm concerned. You don't want to be a woman or man? Fine.
Yeah.
The stuff we're seeing today, if they had told me this when I was a kid, I'd be like, no way. This couldn't be happening. This could not be happening. But it is. And we think nothing of it. We absolutely think nothing of it. That tells you we cannot be brainwashed. Do not let these people brainwash you. Rebuke everything they say. Stay away from it. Love them, but God knows, do not let them speak their words with any truth at all.
Amen.
Because there is no truth in that.
Right.
The Lord knew when He created woman, He named her Heva. Okay? That means the covering for the house, the first house. Adam and Eve. She was the covering for the house. She provided the food. She provided everything. People don't understand. They don't want to hear that today. Okay? That's not politically correct. Sorry. It's the way it was. It's the way it was. It's the way it's going to return when we go back and the 12 fruits are served on the river of life. Take that word and understand that it is perfect and it was meant for us. And it was meant for the world. It wasn't just some, it's not like some nice novel that was written. It is the only thing perfect on the face of the earth. I don't care what language it's in. It's the only thing perfect on the face of the earth. Does anybody have, I'm sure there's questions. Let's take some time and do questions.
Tracy, you want to get the microphone?
Yeah, you
Pass it
mentioned
around.
Enoch, right?
Yes.
How come it's not in the Old Testament?
Well, that's a good question. The Catholics took it out. In the first century, right after Yeshua died, it was required reading. It was the Book of Enoch. And you can get it on Amazon. But I also suggest you get the secrets of the Book of Enoch, because that explains how Enoch wrote that book. This was the first written word. We're only talking about 7 human beings from the beginning, and he's writing? Do people understand? Come on. Only the Lord can provide that. Nobody else can provide that. And we just have to show that love and that trust. I've had people say to me, are you nuts? You actually believe it? Yeah, I believe that. Tell me, what do you believe? I was at a physicist conference once, and they're all talking about the Big Bang, and I said, do me a favor. Answer this one question. If there was a Big Bang, who lit the fuse? Someone had to light the fuse. Who was it? I mean, man spends more time. This Hadron Collider takes out 3 countries trying to start a black hole. Guess what happens to black holes? They get bigger. It'll suck the Earth inside out. Is it going to happen? No. What you're going to get is a bunch of lies so that they can justify themselves. Come on in, Dean. Look, he's got a shirt on that says Warriors. He definitely is a warrior. He's a prayer warrior, and he goes and blows the shofar. And so, yeah, more questions. That was a good question. Oh, come on, you guys got to have some questions.
Okay, I'll say something here. Pass that mic back there.
I have a question then.
We know the Bible talks about the world stand a 6-day period, and at the end of the 6th day, then we enter the 7th day, which is Jesus. So, days is thousands, years is thousands, years, one day. So, according to what you're saying here, we're basically at what date, what time are we talking?
Well, we're right there. Because 5777 is only estimated. That's the Romans that had that timing. That's not the Hebrew timing.
So
The Hebrew timing is closer to the year 6000. They won't tell anybody. How's that one?
So the Hebrew calendar is accurate with the year 6000.
Yes, we're real close to the year 6000, but the rabbis won't let anybody know because they want to see who truly the believers are.
Huh.
They don't want any false prophets or false teachers. And this is their proof of it.
So that could that be why Jesus said no man knows the day or the hour? Time
Yes,
of the seasons?
absolutely.
Can't even figure out the time of seasons. Okay, so
Yeah, you can. Let me tell you, here's the proof for that. He doesn't even know when that is. Do you realize that? He's sitting at his Father's right hand for his Father to say, okay, son, it's time now. Now, if he has that kind of trust, well, we better have it, definitely.
Welcome. This is Sister Joan, Secretary for Upper Room Ministry. You can see the rest of this message each Sunday evening, your local time. If you would like to receive our monthly newsletter and know the things the Lord is speaking to Prophet Humphrey, then please send a love offering to help cover our expenses. Also, if you would like to have an anointed prayer cloth and become a ministry partner, send us your pictures so we can pray, lay hands on you and your need, and expect signs, wonders, and miracles in your life. Starting today, you will never be the same. Our website is upperroomministry.net. If you would like to schedule a speaking engagement, contact our ministry. All glory to Jesus. Amen. Amen.